Okay, how many of us grew up hearing pride cometh before a fall? I just looked it up, and it was Proverbs 16:18. See how my memory goes. And it's pride cometh before destruction, or a haughty spirit before a fall. Yeah, I think I got that right in the King James Version. Well, the memory. But I mean, how many of us grew up hearing that? And basically, it is, don't be too cocky, don't be too arrogant, don't be too conceited, don't think that you're the best thing since sliced bread, And because something's going to show you, you're not all that. Seriously. And I know that in my life, I've seen this happen, with people, especially lately. The whole family, not mine, that they believe that everybody in their family, and it's not just one family, by the way, not just one connected to them either. I've seen this in families that they think that they know everything more than this one family. Like I'm saying, that they know everything and everybody should follow their lead. They are the ones who are the trendsetters, or something, that they elevate themselves. That superiority complex that often masks an inferiority complex. Okay, they put themselves way up there, and then something proves that they're not all that. Remember that expression, not all that in a bag of chips or something? It kind of keeps coming to my mind. Now I'm going to say, I'm not a perfect being at all, and I have absolutely no problem saying it. I am not perfect. I recently had this thought on my mind that really I need to get back to where, or not, I don't know if I'd say back to where, but I get to where when I say things, I say them in a more peaceful manner. Okay, so I do most often, but sometimes, like I can become furious. To me, I'm such a mild-mannered person. Fury, to someone, they would say, that's your fury, Or like in this situation where I didn't like myself, what I was doing. I grew up in a family of people who yelled, and I never liked that. You don't need to raise your voices. You don't have to talk over someone to try to make yourself superior. You don't have to beat them down to make yourself higher up. None of that. And then, I had to work hard to get away from my family. I'm estranged from them, my choice. And then I'm going to be faced with another one like that. They yell at one another when they're mad. They try to talk over people whenever they're upset, when they think that they do think that they're superior now. They do believe this. Okay, that they are superior in everything. They actually family, the one who either says actually to somebody, makes a statement, anything. It could be about the weather. And they're going to say, well, actually, or they're going to imply actually, and then correct the person. They think this is good conversation. This is the way you keep conversation flowing. Wow. Seriously. What the crap? Because to them, it's their ego boost. They're going to boost their own ego. They're going to act superior. That family. So I leave mine estranged from mine to see yours? No. Have to deal with them? Seriously, really. But I think there are a lot of people out there like this. I'm losing my voice. I've been losing my voice for like a month or so now. It goes out like that and squeaks. Really, it squeals. And anyway. But yeah. But back to this pride cometh before the fall. Or the haughty attitude before a fall. Haughty as in, conceited, arrogant, narcissistic. You get the picture. They believe they're superior. All that and then some. Yeah. And it does, quite often, because they get so arrogant that everybody is supposed to mind them. Everything is supposed to be set up for them the way they want it to be. And, things happen, like a person gets kicked out of graduate school for not following the rules, out of the campus apartment, out of the campus job, out of their uncle's house, out of the country. Yeah. And there's anywhere along that line, did the person think, it's my pride, it's my arrogance, it's my haughty attitude? Kind of doubt it. Do really doubt it. Yes. Okay. Now I was raised, we were taught to be very humble, to show humility, just not to be arrogant and all that at all. But what I see these days is, and it's not just these days, it's been this stuff is in the Bible, okay? Think about it. Read 2 Timothy 3, who to avoid and what people to avoid. They had them back then. What, we think that it suddenly disappeared? No, it didn't. And I doubt it will, but it's definitely increased. I've seen in my lifetime. And of course, some people could say something like, with the internet and everything, you're going to see it more. Some people say, who do you think gets on the internet? Well, they're not all. They're not all histrionic, I think a lot of people just shy away from thinking histrionic. They're thinking something else. But histrionic, the people who say, look at me, look at me, look at me. They don't care who's looking at them. If the person is a negative or positive, they don't care as long as they're a center of attention. And they can just call the people, in their mind, they just call the people who are negative, they just call them haters. They're going to turn it around on the other person. They're the ones that quite often play the victim. And they all don't do the same thing, but yeah. They're the ones who are very loud and they cackle instead of laugh. They dress like, really? Do you work on the street corner? Male or female, doesn't matter. And they stink like it too. We got to stop saying they're like a French whorehouse. Where did that come from? I need to look that up. I keep saying that and I keep forgetting. I just move on and don't look it up. But yeah, the people who they have to be, if somebody else can have some kind of tragedy in their life, they'll give them a few minutes to talk about it, but then that's over. Okay, got to move it back to me. That kind of mentality. I turn the attention back on me. And if they're in a restaurant and they're going to cackle so loud, like a laughing hyena, so everybody looks in the restaurant, turns around, looks at them like, what? Or they talk really loud, so everybody turns around, look. They don't care. They're center of attention now. See? Yeah. Anyway, back to this. These are people who do have a lot of pride. And you would think after something big, like you got, when I say kicked out of the country, I don't mean it like the country said you have to leave, but in a way they do. If you're on a visa and you're not attending, a student visa and you're not attending, you have to leave. Well, you get it kicked out of a program, then what? Because of your own attitude. Your own behaviors. Haughty. Yeah, it's all about them. Everybody has to mind them. They have to do things their way. Nope, doesn't work that way. You would think after something like that, they would start to show a little humility, a little bit of, okay, at least say, I was wrong. Instead, it was more of, I didn't think that I did that wrong. Still fighting for saying, I'm never wrong. One of the reasons this was on my mind today was because, have you ever warned somebody, like, think of a hot pot kind of thing. You say, that hot pot's hot, don't touch it, and they do it anyway. That's just an example I've heard since I was a kid. But, just, so you warn somebody of something. Okay, I stopped there for a minute. But you warn somebody of something because you're the one who knows the pot's hot. Whatever it is, that's just an example. Okay, and you warn them of it, but they do it anyway because nobody tells me what to do. Even though it's going to hurt them, they still do it anyway. Now think of that in any kind of situation. Think of it. They know that they could possibly get hurt, but they're going to do it anyway because to them, what's important is people know you don't tell me not to do something or to do something at all. Nobody tells me that. And you're thinking, what a fool, really. Oh, look at those doggies. How cute. Oh, man, look. Yeah, let's just zoom in here. See? Oh, I'd like to have dogs like that. Uh-oh, it's got to go poo. Okay, you didn't need to know that, but it didn't stop, so anyway. Or I missed it, thank goodness. Anyway, how many of us know people like that? I know I do. I really do. You're not going to tell me what I'm going to do. Male, female, doesn't matter. You don't tell them what to do. Or they're going to get fighting mad. Man, how dare you? Or they do it anyway. Stupid, pure stupidity on their part. That's that pride. And what can happen because they did something stupid? They got burned. It's like when you have a friend and you say, that guy or that gal, whoever, that's not a decent person. You don't want to date them. When you're young and you're dating, so you met them and that person, like I had this happen to me. My friend walked off and her boyfriend made a pass at me. Okay? No. Right there. Made a pass at me. Then you tell some people wouldn't tell, some people would. Depends on the situation. Sometimes, it's not a clear-cut one-size-fits-all. But if you tell the person, and this is a trusted friend you've known for many years or whatever, and you're a trusted friend to them and they're a trusted friend to you, and they get a temper tantrum. We got to know, though. We have to remember some of these people, they're really smooth operators. They're really, really, really good at manipulation, and they just twist and turn the person's mind. They tell them that your friend, she's really bad for you. She's jealous. She's this, she's that. Beforehand, because they know they're going to put on that manipulation. Master manipulators. They're going to do it. They know they're going to do that to draw the person in for their own selfish purposes. But you tell your friend, you warn her or him, and it falls on deaf ears. But could it, for some people, it is that. It's not the manipulation. For some people, it is because you don't tell me what to do. Now, that might not be the best friend to have. Now, you're warning your friend, hey, this person is not that good. And they're going to ignore you? Because they're superior, they have a superior mind and they know better. Outsiders, I used to say this all the time when I was young. Outsiders can see better in. And quite often they can. They can see better in what's going on in that situation. Because they are more objective. They're not, subjective as the person inside of it. They can look at it from a distance and say, hey, whoa. But no, the master manipulators are going to turn around and see, they're just jealous. And they'll use that word, jealous. They're jealous of you. They don't have me. You know, their arrogance. They don't have somebody like me in their life. Well, that's because they're smart and they don't want somebody like you in their life. And it's not about smart. Strike that. Because these people are master manipulators. The person can be very smart, very intelligent, very, very whatever, but they're master manipulators. People needed to realize that and don't blame the victim like I just did. You know, they're smart. No, it doesn't matter, smart or not. They're master manipulators. So let's stop blaming the victim. Didn't I say earlier in this I'm not perfect? So there you see it. Because I'm high on saying don't blame the victim, but I have to catch myself like that every once in a while too. I was raised in this culture here, blame the victim, and oh, the histrionic ones are going to play the victim after they victimize somebody. Oh, like the one that did all this stuff, and the prideful one, and everybody in the world is supposed to have the system set up right for them. Oh, play the victim. Oh, I'm so sad. Oh, my hopes and dreams. Well, you should have thought about that before you caused all those problems, and thought that every place, everything is supposed to be set up for you, the way you think it should be. Yeah. Okay, I think I've said enough in this video. I'm going to start making, whenever it comes to me, I'm going to try to make those little 3-minute or less shorts, hashtag shorts, videos to attach to this. I need to learn how to do that. Oh, my nose is itching. But anyway, I came out here. One of the reasons I just wanted to get my SUV, because it's warmer in my SUV. We have a big house. Yeah, I looked to see which one around here was similar to that one right there, 2-story. Similar to it, not the same, but similar. And we have 2 AC heater units, whatever you call them. One for upstairs, one for downstairs. The one downstairs, I don't know which one is newer, but I don't remember which one is newer. But anyway, we have the one downstairs right now running, not the one upstairs. And the house is never right temperature. It never has been since we got this new one. And as far as the heater, it's either going to be just 1 point difference, too cold or too hot. And then it just totally zaps the humidity out. Almost totally. The lowest I saw was the other day, or the night. It was 15%. And from what I read online, between 30 and 35% and lower is, so you could say 35% and lower, is in the danger zone for humidity, too low humidity. And I am one of those that my hands, crack the skin, even though I put some CeraVe on it. I've always called it CeraVe, I think. Which way? I call it CeraVe, and I think it's CeraVe. Who knows? But anyway, but even though I put that, keep it in my hands and my feet. It starts with my hands, little cuts and stuff, because it's the low humidity. And I grew up on the Gulf, in Texas, so, and we had like 98% at least humidity year round, pretty much. And anytime I check it would say that. And still haven't acclimated to other places, but like our humidity outside would be like, one day I checked it, it was 71% outside, but in the house it was doing good to get even close to 30. And I have a humidifier with 2 big tanks, and I would have it on almost all the time. And right there in that, near that room right there. Anyway, I like sitting in my SUV. I get warm, I turn it off, and I don't dry my skin out. Well, I can't say that, right? Anyway, I'm not a perfect being. Don't know it all. Can they say that? any of them, I've never heard not a one ever say, never heard any of them say that they're wrong without being, you either say it or I'm leaving, whomever, or you're kicked out or you're whatever, without being, feeling that they have to say it, but just to say, oh, I've been wrong. Actually show that. Never known one. Nope. That I'm not a perfect being. Nope. You truly believe it. Anyway, wrapping it up. I'm going to go home. It's 5:09 p.m. on January 26, 2025. Talk to you on another video. Bye.